Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow Room. Love the new gong. Yes, it is that wonderful dark sound. It's fabulous. All right, today, as we go backwards through the R's, we're working with one composer only because I have a decent clump of stuff, and he's worth dedicating a video to because some of you have asked, and I haven't done that. It's Edmund Rubra. I don't know if you pronounce it Rubra or Rubra. I never could figure it out. Some of you weighed in on this last time we talked about him, and as before, my answer is the same. I don't care. I'm going to pronounce him however I damn well please, and he should be grateful for the attention. There, and so should you. Anyway, here we have, who the hell is Rubra, whatever his name is. He lived from 1901 to 1986. He was a composer contemporary of, Malcolm Arnold and Tippett and Britten and, that sort of crowd of British composers. He was a very interesting composer in that his style was largely polyphonic. That is, he was into counterpoint, but he did not have a natural feel for the orchestra, for orchestral instruments, although he wrote symphonies and things. And his orchestration tends to be kind of thick and cloggy. And I like him for that reason. I like composers who have to find their way, who have to find a way to realize their own style in terms of the media that are available. And he wrote a considerable amount of music, quite a bunch of symphonies and other orchestral pieces, most of which I have here. Now, there is a complete symphony cycle on Chandos, which we're going to get to quite shortly. And it was boxed up lately, and the box is upstairs. But I had all the individual ones because of the couplings, and so I still have them all here as well. So let's just go through it, shall we? Well, I first got to know him through this recording on Chandos of his Symphony No. 5 with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra under Hans-Hubert Schönzeller. A very nice performance coupled with music by Arthur Bliss and Tippett. Really a curious disc of stuff that you were never going to find anywhere else. And it was very enjoyable hearing this music because it is of a traditional cast. Later, he became a little bit more spacey, but basically a traditional cast, very conservatively scored, but very engaging and fun to listen to. I mean, the Scherzo's second movement of the Fifth Symphony is sort of like a passacaglia or thing. It's a repeated tune over which things happen, and it's really fun and easy to follow. So this was good stuff, and that made me want to hear more. And I remember reading in Gramophone, because we all read Gramophone at one point, some of us still do, letters to the editor, lamenting the dearth of Rubra symphonies on CD. And I used to say to myself, who the hell is Rubra? What's a Rubra or a Rubra or whatever? It's a rubber. Well, we found out soon enough, so that was a good thing. Then we had this EMI thing that also has the Fifth Symphony with the Halle under Barbaroli, along with things by, Loth to Depart, improvisations on virginal pieces by Giles Farnaby, and the Britten Violin Concerto, and with Theo Olaf, and some Threnody for a Soldier Killed in Action, and then the Arubra. This is from 1952, an early recording in the British Composers series. I mean, there wasn't much of his stuff around, so we had the stereo fifth and the mono fifth of the earlier version of it, and that was that for quite a while. But then the floodgates opened, and we started out, on Conifer Classics, his violin concerto with Tasman Little and his viola concerto. These are lovely works, very enjoyable works with Rivka Golani. He also has a good piano concerto that's on Hyperion that I have upstairs, at the upstairs, Rubraseum, wherever I keep the Rubras. So this is with Rivka Golani and Tasman Little and Vernon Handley in the Royal Phil, and these were really good to have. You can hear in the violin concerto that he had issues with the thickness of his accompaniments, of his orchestration, but the music is really vital. It's really there. So you kind of make allowances. So then we've got, now we've got the symphony cycle on Chandos that we're going to whiz through rather quickly. This particular disc has symphonies 4, 10, and 11. Now 10 is a chamber symphony. dedicated to Arthur Bliss. For small forces, it's only 14 minutes long, as is the 11th, which is in one movement, and that was the end of the series. Number 4 is sort of the first of his mature symphonies, where he started to work out the difficulty of writing for orchestra, although the first couple are big, bony works with, lots of good music in them, but, you can hear him struggling. And sometimes the struggle is part of the artistic experience. Symphony number 6, a great work. Audibly influenced, in my opinion, by Sibelius's Third Symphony, and it sounds quite similar in some spots. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and it's well scored and it's lots of fun. Symphony number 2 is one of his tougher ones. He actually didn't get harder as he got older; he got clearer, which was a good thing. These are with the BBC National Orchestra of Wales and Richard Hickox. These are all with Richard Hickox, actually, and the BBC National Orchestra of Wales. The Morning Watch. Okay, we've got the Morning Watch, which is a choral thing, and his Symphony number 9, Symphonia Sacra, subtitled The Resurrection and Other Goodies, with a bunch of soloist, chorus, and orchestra. Not my favorite rubra. I think it's kind of difficult, but it's a good piece, but takes some getting used to. You got to get into it. Symphony number 8, the Hommage de Teilhard de Chardin, the great Catholic historian / theologian / scientist. Rubra was a Catholic and something of a mystic, and that accounts in some degree for his love of counterpoint, I think, and his sometimes liturgical mode of expression. Really beautiful stuff. Now we've got the Ode to the Queen. Sound forth celestial organs. Get your celestial organs warmed up, folks. I'm not going there. And the Fifth Symphony, a nice new modern recording of it, so that's fun. And let's see, Symphony number 1. None of these are terribly long, 35, 40 minutes most, these pieces, so that's fun. And then a tribute and the Sinfonia Concertante for piano and orchestra, with Howard Shelley playing the piano. It has a saltarella in the middle. What's not to love about a saltarella? And last but not least, Symphonies 3 and 7, also very fine work. 7 is a very, very good piece. It ends with a Passacaglia and fugue. So you get the idea, folks, right? There's this idea of baroqueness and counterpointy stuff going through his music, and it's a fine disc. Again, the whole series is excellent. So that's Edmund Rubra, whatever his name is. It's very, very interesting music, not going to yield its secrets necessarily on first hearing. If you're just starting out with him, listen to the 5th and 6th symphonies. That will get you going. It really will. And they're very, very enjoyable works on first hearing. And after that, you can begin to dig into his style in more depth if you find it attractive. And I think you probably will. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.